The Star Wars franchise is loved by millions and millions around the world. But ever since Disney took the wheel, there has been a disturbance in the fanbase. Some people love the sequel trilogy. Some people hate it. And that's perfectly fine. This video is not about telling you what Star Wars should be. It's about sharing one possible vision. My vision. Let's talk about what Episodes 7, 8, and 9 could have been. Episode 7, Ashes of the Order. 30 years have passed since the Battle of Yavin. The galaxy has settled down, but it is not asleep. While Leia Organa Solo, one of the most influential senators of the New Republic, tries to bring peace and prosperity back to the galaxy, a new threat is growing in the shadows, the First Order. Fanatical followers of the fallen Empire. Her husband, Han Solo, and Chewbacca are traveling the galaxy again in the Millennium Falcon. Her son, Ben Solo, has joined Luke's newly founded Order of the Jedi. Luke, unsure if he is up to the task, senses anger in Ben. Anger over the loss of his father. It is not the first time he has sensed this anger, this raw, powerful force that lies dormant in Ben. Fearing he will create another Dark Lord, he breaks off Ben's training. Ben, feeling betrayed, takes the name Kylo Ren and joins the First Order. He quickly works his way to the top. Feared. Notorious. Merciless. Rey, one of Luke's most talented students, sees good in Ben. Against Luke's wishes, she sets out alone to bring Ben back. Convinced that Ben's anger can be tamed. They talk, they argue, they test each other. Soon Rey realizes why Kylo Ren left. He believes Luke fears his power, holds him back. He believes Luke fears losing control over Kylo. While Rey tries to persuade Kylo to return, Ben wants to win the young student over to his side. He gives her insights into the dark side of the Force. Rey, whom Kylo thinks is easy to convince, does not close herself off. She is curious. She learns that Ben finds answers in the dark side. But Rey does not surrender to the dark side, she only peeks into it. Convinced that Kylo is not lost, she returns to Luke. In the meantime, Leia has received information from former members of the Rebel Alliance that the First Order is building a superweapon, Starkiller Base, more powerful than the dreaded Death Star. She contacts Luke and asks her brother for help. Through Rey, she learns about Kylo and decides to bring her son back. She fears losing Kylo to the dark side, as once happened to her father. She contacts Han, who finally agrees to go with her. Meanwhile, Rey also sets out to confront the fallen student. This time, Luke accompanies Rey out of fear of losing her to him. Supported by a group of former rebels, the deserted stormtrooper Finn, pilot Poe, and Chewbacca set out to destroy the Starkiller Base. Kylo, convinced that Luke and Rey have come to kill him, attacks them both. He quickly takes Rey out. Luke fights defensively, defending himself and the unconscious Rey. He tries to reason with Kylo, but Kylo gives in to his anger. Meanwhile, Finn, Poe, Chewbacca, and a few rebels manage to attach explosives to the core of the Starkiller Base. As the explosions rock the base, Luke seizes the moment to get Rey to safety. Leia and Han meet their son shortly afterwards. Seeing his father enrages him. He is convinced that his father abandoned him and his mother, and blames him for it. In his anger, he kills Han. Then he stands before Leia. Leia, calm but overwhelmed with grief, reaches out her hand to him. But Kylo leaves her behind. He flies to Korriban, the home of the Sith. Leia recovers Han's body, and they are flown away from Starkiller Base by Chewie and the others in the Millennium Falcon, shortly before it explodes. While Han's body is cremated and his death is mourned, Kylo lands on Korriban. He enters a cave and senses the presence of the Force. Then he hears a voice. "The Force is strong in you. I sense your anger. Use it, and together we will reclaim the galaxy." Kylo turns around and sees a Force ghost. Palpatine. Episode 8, Shattered Balance. The Starkiller Base has been destroyed, but Leia feels that the threat is not over. Although still in mourning, she sends Finn, Poe, and Chewbacca out to learn more about the plans that are fueling her concerns. On Korriban, Palpatine explains why he is the only Sith who has the ability to appear as a Force ghost. To understand the Force in its entirety, one must understand the facets of both sides, the dark and the light. Ever since sensing Kylo's power, Palpatine has been fueling his anger from the shadows, knowing that he is the most easily seduced of all Force-sensitive individuals. He reinforces Kylo's belief that the Jedi fear him and want to limit his power. He convinces him that only under his leadership can his power be fully realized. But betrayal is in the nature of the Sith. Palpatine's real thoughts revolve around Rey, who is even more powerful than Kylo. Kylo has no idea. He considers Rey inferior, believing he has defeated her and Luke. His arrogance blinds him to Palpatine's true intentions. Back at the Temple of the New Jedi Order, Luke talks to Yoda's Force ghost about the prophecy. A prophecy that misread could have been, as Yoda once said. Luke realizes that as long as there are Jedi or Sith, the Force will never be in balance. The Force needs neither Sith nor Jedi, it needs their absence. He is certain that the time of the Jedi must end. But as long as Kylo and the unknown threat exist, he cannot remain idle. So he continues Rey's training. Meanwhile, Finn, Poe, and Chewie track Kylo down on Korriban and discover that Palpatine's spirit has survived in the Force. They return to Leia and Luke with the news. Luke and Rey set out to confront Palpatine and Kylo. Once again, Luke and Rey fight Kylo. Rey is stronger than she was during their last encounter. During the fight, Palpatine reveals that he wanted to win Rey over to his side all along and was only using Kylo. Once again, Kylo feels betrayed. Rey rejects Palpatine, saying she will never join him. Kylo realizes that he cannot defeat Luke and Rey and flees shortly before the battle between the three and Palpatine's power causes the cave to collapse. Before the cave collapses, Rey manages to secure an old star map. An artifact she didn't think was very important. She gives it to Leia. The star map marks a place where many survivors of the First Order are gathering. To find out why, Leia flies to the location with Finn, Poe, and Chewie. They don't know what they will find there, but Leia senses a strong disturbance in the Force, a darkness she has never felt before. She senses that Palpatine is here. They gather information and return to Luke with it, hoping to learn something about this place from old Jedi records. Luke finally finds the answer in an old holocron. Fear is in his eyes. If it is what I think it is, Palpatine's power will soon be limitless. What is it? Leia asks. A Star Forge. Episode 9, Dying Stars. The news that Palpatine has discovered a Star Forge spreads throughout the galaxy. Even followers of the First Order know that this power is too great, so they join forces with the Republic to stop Palpatine, who has already begun building a new fleet and a new army of battle droids. Leia asks for help from all systems in the galaxy, but too many are afraid and admit that they would rather surrender than be completely destroyed. Thanks to his ancient, immense power, Palpatine is able to create a formidable war machine in a short period of time. The Republic fleet sets out to combat this threat. Luke, Rey, and Leia manage to fight their way through the blockade and reach the Star Forge. Kylo, still furious over the betrayal, has secretly followed them. He arrives at the Star Forge just moments later. Together, they encounter Palpatine's Force ghost. Leia manages to convince Kylo that this power can destroy the galaxy. Outside, battle droids advance on the Star Forge to stop the Jedi. Meanwhile, a fierce aerial battle rages above them. While Rey and Leia set out to destroy the Star Forge with the help of the Force, Luke and Kylo hold off the invaders. But Palpatine's army seems overwhelming. Finn, Poe, and Chewie fight desperately, but they know this battle cannot be won. Then ships approach from hyperspace. All systems have joined forces to stop Palpatine. They manage to gain the upper hand. But Palpatine's power seems to grow ever stronger, and he laughs triumphantly. The Jedi are too weak, he says. Rey concentrates and, through the Force, hears the voices of many Jedi from the past. Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu, Ahsoka Tano. They all speak to her. Here, where the dark side is strongest, Rey channels the power of all the Jedi within herself. They succeed in destroying the Star Forge and with it Palpatine's power, which was closely linked to the Star Forge and the dark side. After winning the battle, Leia tries once again to persuade Kylo to return with her. Luke tells him about the prophecy and that neither the Sith nor the Jedi should use the Force according to their own will. But Kylo leaves. Rey tries to stop him, but Luke holds her back. When the three and their friends are reunited, the galaxy celebrates another victory over Palpatine, hoping that this time it is final. Luke stands on a balcony, far away from the noise of the celebration, and looks up at the stars. Rey joins him. "What will Kylo do now?" she asks. Without taking his eyes off the sky, Luke replies, "I don't know. But whatever he has in mind, he won't let anything stop him." If you've listened this far, thank you for your attention. I wanted to tell a new story out of my love for Star Wars. Sure, this one has its flaws too. But it was an attempt to take a different direction. Whether you liked my idea or not, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know what you think. What would you have liked to see in episodes 7 to 9? And please let me know if you're interested in more videos like this. Because there are a few other franchises that would be worthy of a new movie, and I already have one or two in mind. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll be back. And may Govanen. May the Force be with you. Always.